Now, if you want Instant Hedge, here it is. Now, let me just take you around this Instant Hedge. In the container, it is nearly as tall as myself. So that's about 6 foot. There they are. 2 instant pieces of hedging. They're available from several companies. This one's from Practicality Brown. Very good. So what you do is you dig out your trench to a suitable depth, as you can see, and then we need compost and good soil. We've got a pile of very good soil just over to the left of me, which we'll be putting around the plants, and then of course we'll be adding irrigation. I will attempt to show you each stage of this, but at the moment it's, you can see, hole, plants, and here's another hole over here that we're going to plant as well to join up the hedges to the front posts of the property. As you can see, we have placed one into the trench. Sorry about my shadow, but there you are. There's one in the trench already down there. And you can see just by looking at it that it fits rather nicely. We've now got a gap there of about just over ½ metre. And what we intend to do is to work round this one here, and we're going to take ½ metre off. We're going to cut a line through there, which is approximately ½ metre, and all these are numbered. So in fact, you'll find that that's parcel number 1, this is parcel number 2, and if you keep the numbers on the right side, each piece of hedging has been grown next to that one and therefore fits nicely in with the one that you've just put in. So we'll cut that, we'll cut through that with a saw, and then we'll show you how it looks when it's together, and we'll backfill, and it's as easy as that. As you can see, we've cut through the root here, and Bob now is going to lift the section that we need. It's still a little bit attached, but because that is growing intermingly. They're very vicious. They are Hawthorn, and Bob's now going to try and slide that one away from the other one. And in theory, it should fit in the hole that we've made. How are you getting on there, Bob? All right? Well, that
it's going to be a struggle.
Just drop him down the hole, and I think you'll find that that will fit quite well. Look at that, made to measure with a little bit of adjustment. Needs pushing across at one side. You might need, I'll tell you what, I'll pass you, Bob. I'll pass you this grafter, and you can just ease it across. Oh, he's already done it. And there you can see it's right up against the post. And what more could you want but an instant bit of hedge? And now all we have to do is backfill it with a bit more compost, backfill it with soil, and there you have Instant Hedge. Can't be bad, can it? Great way of producing a hedge to keep people out, because it's Hawthorn. It's very nasty, and I can tell you it's very nasty from the from the cuts I've got on my hands. Well, here we are with the finished product. There's one side filled in quite nicely, and there's the other side filled in quite nicely. And you can see that Instant Hedge, although not the cheapest commodity, actually really works well. And you'll see down here, what have we done? There's a irrigation pipe here, running along here and here. Equally very important, all on a time clock, so that the hedging will get watered on a regular basis. That's what's so important. This is Hawthorn, it's 1.5, 1.8. You can see that it's been grown for something like 4 to 5 years at least, and it's really quite important because it's joining in with this adjoining hedge next to a footpath. So it does actually sort of finish this entrance off quite well. If you want to know more about it, I'll just home in on the label, which gives you an idea and you can see it's got Practical Instant Hedge by Practicality Brown Limited, and they're down in Buckinghamshire, and it tells you exactly what to do, and not as if Ken Crowther didn't know what to do. And yes, we had to cut one in half, which of course we wouldn't necessarily recommend. So they are Instant Hedge. If you want an Instant Hedge, do it. However, let's go back to being a bit more practical. If you don't want an Instant Hedge, you can buy Hawthorn very, very cheaply in the winter from November onwards. You can get all common hedging at that time of the year. You buy it in what they call whips. Whips are lifted from the ground. They can be as high as nearly 2 meters, but definitely 1.5 meters. You need to cut them back to make them branch because they're basically near enough single shot plants, but they really do work. So that's what you want. If you want a cheaper way of doing a hedge, that's the way to do it. And I tell you what, a bit later on in the year when we get to November, I'll be showing you how to plant those as well.